What's happening, sports fans? We welcome you to another episode of San Diego Prep Insider. We're joined this time by Surahz Buncom. He's from Mater Dei Catholic. He's going to be a Kansas Jayhawk, so we welcome him with a rock chalk. Been waiting a while to use that rhyme on someone here in San Diego. So congratulations. Thank you so much for being on with us. What was that decision? Why did you decide ultimately on Kansas?
So there's a lot that went into the decision. Definitely took my time throughout the process and really went through the checkbox of what I was looking for into the college, and ultimately Kansas, the university had what I was looking for into the college. So I chose them because their business school, the alumni networking, and it's a place that showed me that they truly wanted me rather than just telling me. Because a lot of schools, they told me like I'm the number one receiver on their board, things of that such. But not every school showed me that statement. So they just pretty much proved their point with as far as that aspect. And then they have programs like Jayhawk Career Network and Jayhawks Ascend, which are essentially programs that help maximize the resources students get out of the university. So like things like teaching financial literacy and like tax preparation assistance and like career planning and career coaching, which are things that I feel like that should be a criteria in high school, like financial literacy and tax preparation. I definitely think that should be a criteria in high school. So I like that aspect of their programs. And then they have something called hirejayhawks.com, which is which helps connect KU students and employers and like career service officers. That it helps them achieve their career goals by connecting them to pretty much alumni within their field of interest.
So a ton to unpack there. And I want to talk a little bit about maybe getting some advice for younger athletes on the application section of the process. But want to just talk, you mentioned a lot about business. It seems like you have your mind pretty made up. Do you know, like, are you going in as a business major and you want to run a Fortune 500 someday? You seem like a guy that's got some goals. What's the plan?
Oh, definitely. So I definitely want to major in business. It's I'm deciding between business administration and business marketing. So that's definitely what I was looking for into each school. But I was those are my top five. It was mainly had to do with their business school was probably pretty decent.
Well, I guess then you guys did just get a new field, but maybe you'll be the alumni that pays for the next field, and you'll
Maybe so, that's the goal, to give back to the community.
But also, like I said, I want to get some advice then from you, because if you're talking to kids right now who are freshmen, sophomores, maybe eighth graders, somewhere in that range where they're just starting out and they're trying to decide, what do I want in a school? Maybe what's some advice that you would give in terms of, it seems like you did a pretty thorough job checking out the academic side, checking out the more holistic approach rather than just the X's and O's of football.
I definitely say not to rush the process. This is once you're signed to that school. I know verbally commitment's different, but definitely just take your time throughout the process. You have to really know what you're looking for into the school. Like you have to know what you want. So pretty much just take everything day by day, assess what you want to do and what you're looking for into the college, and then from there, just kind of go from the options you have and check that list off. And as I said, just make sure not to rush anything, because this is the place that you're going to be at for 3 to 4 years. And let's say football doesn't work out, generally you stay within that area where you graduated from. So location is also something you would want to take a look at.
You talk a lot about business, and now some of your Instagram posts make a tad bit more sense. I'm looking here at the official merch drop, and we'll let you plug all the links in bios and whatever we need to tag on anything so people can go check it out. But looking at this now, what the heck is it like being a student athlete in this new NIL situation where this kind of stuff is available? And B, how much input did you have into the SB logo that is on these sweatshirts?
It's definitely a privilege and and a blessing to be able to get paid at this time. My brother was going through this process back in 2014, 2015. He didn't get all of this. So it's definitely a privilege. And then as far as the input, I was able to create the design, iCAD, plenty of options to choose from. But I was able to create the design and pretty much send it to them, and then from there they're able to lay it out onto the shirts and the phone cases and things. There's my phone case right here.
Ooh, let's go. I like that. That's clean. That's what's up.
And then I I had to add the little wavy little the curve around it to kind of give it the like San Diego little wave, San Diego vibe.
Taking a little San Diego vibe to the Midwest. It
Yeah.
sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun for the next 4 years. Let's talk about the last year of high school, though, because you've already had, you've achieved basically everything that a team ever sets out to achieve. And you got that done last year. Perfect season, CIF champs, state champs, rolled through everybody. It seemed like you guys were, as is last year, a pretty unstoppable force. You seem like you only got better, though. A lot of kids returning, yourself included. What has the vibe of the last couple of months, off season and training camp, been like for the Crusaders?
The vibe has been, the same as last year. Just to go out there and dominate, to be elite. And what Coach Joyner emphasizes as being elite is, not to, necessarily be the best at what you're doing, but to do the best at what you can do. So, like let's say, you get like a B minus on a test, but as long as you studied for that test, you studied every day for the test, and you did everything you could, and in the highest you could get was a B minus, and then in that case you were elite. So the goal is to just continue to dominate, to keep the same mentality as last year, take everything day by day, and go out there and compete every week. The goal is to be 1-0 every week.
Has the intensity, the focus, the energy, anything changed now that you guys are in Division One and potentially could mathematically make Open Division?
I'd say the intensity has tuned up a little bit. Obviously you want to repeat, so it's harder to do things twice. So the intensity is up a little bit. Knowing we have a pretty tough first 4 weeks. Go against the Open Division finalists within the first 2 games. Have that Arizona team, then Lincoln week 4 after that. So the intensity I would say, is a little bit higher than last year per se.
Well, a lot of great games. Thankfully, your first one, if people are checking this interview out before the first game, is on a Saturday, so you can get a little Friday, Saturday action. But for you as a receiver, I'm curious, with offenses that have, kind of weapons everywhere, including a defense that scores enough points that it could be its own offensive player. Sometimes that can mean having to make the most out of limited possessions for yourself and limited targets. What's that like, being part of something like that, where you got to make the most out of every reception?
I feel like that is actually really beneficial. With us being in high school, a lot of kids can be really egotistical and really just want to be that guy, and just go for 1,000 yards every year. But we really have a really good group of guys that really care for one another and don't really really care about our individual stats per se. Our coaches always tell us individual success equals team accolades. So, or excuse me, team accolades equals individual success. So we just I feel like it's also it helps us transition into college, because when you get to college, you're going to be battling every single day. You're going to be fighting for that spot. Nothing is earned, nothing's given, it's all earned. So I feel that since we get that experience in high school, it'll help us transition into college, as far as having to compete every single day.
Well, one thing you definitely have earned is the right to call yourself a 2-time champion, a D1 commit, and a Mater Dei Catholic Crusader legend. Thank you so much for being on with us. Best of luck this season. We will for sure have you guys in studio, but we will also have highlights of him all season long. Make sure to stay tuned with us at SD Prep Insight. And like I said, we'll have the link in the bio for how you can check out his merch drop. Surahz, thank you so much for being on with us. Everyone have a great day, and thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of San Diego Prep Insider.